Hello, my name is Percy Johnson, and you are watching the Bison Information Network. Looking at NDSU news, our football team took a trip to the White House after their win in the NCAA. The North Dakota State University football team visited the White House on April 9th in recognition of their 10th NCAA Division I FCS National Championship. The NDSU football team coaches and support staff left early Wednesday morning and arrived there at the Capitol at noon. Being there, they had lunch, took pictures, and talked with our North Dakota senators. Looking closer to campus, join NDSU Library on Wednesday, April 23rd at 5 to 8 p.m. for a poetry slam in the Weber Reading Room. Along with that, check out the Fandom Jam in the Digital Fabrication and CQ Lab. From the library's announcement, April is National Poetry Month, and we're celebrating with our first ever Library Poetry Slam. Sign up using the QR code if you're interested in reciting a poem. Poems can be original works, or you can recite a favorite. Refreshments will be served starting at 5 p.m. with the Poetry Slam beginning at 6 p.m. Not into poetry? No problem. The Digital Fabrication Lab will be open for all things geeky. Bring a project, play board games, or just hang out with fellow nerds. Once again, that is April 23rd at 5 to 8 p.m. Candidates Frello and Jarvis have been elected student body president for the upcoming school year. We wish here at BIN good luck to our next presidents as they strive to make NDSU a better place. If you want to hear more from the candidates, make sure to check out Bison Talk, where Henry, one of our anchors, talked with them. Watch that and more on the Bison Information Network's YouTube channel. If you've ever fancied the sharp yet delicate art of glassworks, make sure to check out Shea West as they are hosting an event in the Ivy Room with Morgan's Stained Glass. In this class, they will teach you how to create a beautiful stained glass hummingbird. This workshop is from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and the cost is $55 per person. The workshop includes all of the supplies for this event. Your project will be ready to take home after you create it during the class. Call 701-929-5643 to purchase a ticket early. Now, the sharpness of their skill isn't the only hazardous item to watch out for. They would like to note potential hazards include sharp glass, use of lead tin solder, skin irritants, and burns from hot soldering irons. Protection equipment is provided, but it is up to the student whether they want to use it. After you're done with your art project, beginner yoga for adults begins Thursday, April 17th at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Dr. James Carlson Library. This yoga class is geared for those who have not tried yoga before or who want a refresher. Along with gentle stretching, this class will teach breathing exercises to provide calmness. Bring a yoga mat if you have one, or a large towel, and wear comfortable clothing that is easy to move in. This program is for adults. No registration is required. Once again, these sessions are scheduled on Thursday evenings at the Dr. James Carlson Library. In national news, President Donald Trump's global trade took a sharp turn midday Wednesday as he announced a 90-day pause on most imports from this week. Following the Asian nation's announcement of tariffs of 84% on the U.S., the country doubled down on China with retaliatory increase to 104%. Now Trump says China will face even higher tariffs of 125%, while other nations get a reprieve, although a base of 10% levy may remain. The April 5th hands-off protests mark the largest day of public demonstration against Trump during his second term. Thousands protested in cities across the U.S. and internationally. 5501 is again calling for protests in all 50 states against the Trump administration on April 19th. In social media posts, the group stated that they want 3.5% of the U.S. population, more than 11 million people, to participate. They cite this figure as the threshold for sustained resistance in order to make a difference. And that has been Percy Johnson, and this has been Bison Information News. And now, on to the weather.
There are so many great things to experience at NDSU. It's hard to pick one, but my favorite is
the people. They make it such a warm place. The Bison aren't just across the country, they're across the globe.
It's the perfect distance from home. The faculty are our biggest cheerleaders. Hands-on research experience. The affordable tuition.
All the opportunities to stay active on campus.
Real-world learning experiences.
Once I got on campus, it felt like home.
My name is Addie Stewart, and I graduated from NDSU in the Department of Communication in 2018. My degree was in strategic communication, and I'm the communications specialist for the city of West Fargo. That includes social media, press releases, breaking news, interviews, media relations, and more. I went into communication because I wanted to do something I was passionate about. There were so many opportunities. I knew I could work for nonprofits, government, small business, agency work. Professors in the department definitely impacted me a lot in my life, making sure that once I graduated college, I knew I could get a job here just because of the connections in the department and the great morale that was in Fargo. Future students should definitely come to NDSU because it's a degree like no other here.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
"30 minutes over a cup of coffee. Queen to H5 at the park. Thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, confetti emojis. Loaded nachos at halftime. A spin dash for the win. Best 2 out of 3. And the time it takes to enjoy a slice or two, you can make a difference. Because yeah, mentorship sounds huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bison Sports. In softball, North Dakota State wrapped up its 3-game Summit League series against Omaha on Sunday afternoon. The Bison saw contributions at the plate from Chloe Woodruff, Bella Dean, and Zoe King. Despite a strong push from the Mavericks offense, the Bison continued to compete through the final frame but came up short for a final score of 9-0. NDSU will now shift their focus to its upcoming matchups as Summit League play continues on the road against Wisconsin this Wednesday for a 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. series doubleheader. NDSU baseball picked up a 3-2 road win over Creighton Tuesday in Omaha. The Blue Jays grabbed an early lead in the first, but the Bison answered in the third. Jake Schaffner doubled, stole third, and scored on an error to tie it 1-1. Kyle Shanahan's RBI single in the fifth gave NDSU a brief 2-1 edge before Creighton evened things up again in the sixth. With 2 outs in the ninth, Sam Canton delivered the go-ahead RBI single, and Danny Lackenmeyer closed it out on the mound to lock in the win. NDSU improves 10-18 overall and 7-4 in Summit League play. The Bison head to Minneapolis next Tuesday to face the Minnesota Gophers at 6 p.m. This past weekend, Bison Track and Field split up to take on 2 major events, the UNLV Rebel Invitational in Las Vegas and the Mike Finelli Outdoor Classic in San Francisco. At the Rebel Invitational, the women's team showcased some standout performances. Freshman Nairi Kerr served to a personal best 1260 meters in the triple jump, earning the victory and securing a spot in NDSU's outdoor history, ranking 8th all-time. Senior Grace Emineth also impressed, grabbing 3rd place with a jump of 12.35 meters. In the pole vault, Julia Girardi cleared 3.98 meters to earn 2nd, while Alice Segueras threw 46.12 meters in the javelin to finish 3rd. The men's team also made waves as well. Zach Ramos earned a third-place finish in the shot put with a throw of 17.63 meters, while Sam Roller launched a personal best 66.93 meters, now ranking 11th in NDSU history. Over in San Francisco at the Mike Finelli Track Classic, Grace Like set a new personal record with a time of 2:11.43, while Ethan Moe ran a 1:50.28 800 meter, making it his second fastest career run. The Bison are scheduled to compete at the Brian Clay Invitational April 16th through the 18th in California. That's all I have for sports this week, but before we close out, let's do weather with Halle.
Hello, Bison. Welcome to the weather report. My name is Halle Opsel, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, starting off today, we're seeing a high of 52 and a low of 37 with a precipitation of 35%, humidity of 73%, and wind of 15 miles per hour. Okay, this week, if you're looking for a reason to get outside, this should be it. The sun is coming out. We're looking at mostly 60s. Saturday, 66. We got 64 on Friday. Most of the lows are in their 30s, so it might be a little bit on the chillier side. Maybe bring a sweatshirt when you go out. And now on to the regional weather. We're looking at some really high temperatures down in the south. We have Florida, 80 degrees. 96 over here in Texas, 92, 95 in Phoenix. So yeah, it's looking like it's starting to get warmer outside. But that's it for the weather. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Halle Opsel.
All right, well, we do want to thank you guys for tuning in for Bison News. See you next week, same place, same time. I'm Shania LaRue signing off.